Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the news.
Yes.
How's everybody doing this fine Friday? Oh my gosh. We're wearing hoodies. Can you believe that? You know what that means? You know what that means? It's time for the weather. Weatherman Fernando is here with... What's the temperature outside today?
Right now it's very cold. Super cold. It's 50.
It's 50. I can tell you this morning when I rode in.
Yes.
Okay, so I got here about 6:45 this morning. And I had the top down because...
Why would you?
That's why I bought a convertible. But I rolled the windows up and had the heater kicking. And I was driving like this. Okay. I was riding the car like this.
Okay. Do you know what people say when they see you?
Yeah,
like
why
that?
is the idiot got the top down? Because bitch, I paid for this top to be down. I'm gonna roll with it. I gotta make this. It's gotta pay for this, man.
You can let it go, man. It's one day.
Yeah, no, screw that.
No.
Top of the morning. I didn't realize Jensen had a DSP amplifier until last night. All
right.
Fang wins. That's news to me.
Exactly. And all these probably are fake news.
Yes, let's preface that with any story we talk about today may or may not be real. So the bad part about having a news show the day after April Fool's Day in the car audio world, where a lot of people like to just come out with some silly stuff, like Kicker had an air conditioner, Arc Audio had the towel.
No. He had that, and he had 24 channels DSP.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I was like, oh wow.
But see,
something
that's the
like
thing.
that.
So some of these things we're going to talk about may or may not be real. I don't know. One of the most
not even real.
One of the stories that kind of got me was Electromedia had, a shipping container come in.
Yes.
But the whole ship got pushed back out because they had moss. In the container. Not their container, but in one of the containers on the ship had moss that are evasive to the U.S., so customs kicked them back out into the ocean to where they had to get treated.
Yeah. And
it's like... and then Lexus was working on a record player.
Oh, dude, that was probably if that's April Fool's, that was the best.
That's a great April Fool's. Yeah.
That was the best because I really like it.
Yeah.
That was like...
What was the other one? There was 3 that were in that story. I can't remember the third one.
Well, DT Audio came out with like a 6.5 triple stack speaker. It's like insane.
So
Kenwood came.
The Kenwood one. Okay,
wow.
So Kenwood's took a... Okay, if... The Kenwood, they put a lot of effort into these. I will commend these guys. They put a lot of effort into these. The Kenwood was so believable that it was
until
scary.
They say that they kill.
So they took a picture of an old mask radio.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Yeah,
that's actually the
that
real.
Yeah, that was real. Those were the real radios. The mask radios were the ones where the thing folded down. And you had a little keyboard across the bottom.
I have one.
But it was a sanitizer. So it was. The way the lasers and the beams and the whole thing, it was to sanitize. Well,
I started reading it. When I saw
too,
it, and
I was
I'm like,
this is so bullshit.
Exactly. I was like, okay. Okay, it's going to kill COVID-19 in 20. So, it's funny. That was awesome.
Yeah. So, a lot of weird stories. This is the one that... Okay, so this story here, which we'll get to our first. Audiomobile has come out with a 24-inch shallow mount woofer.
It's funny because I think that's the subwoofers that we have in this car. It is.
So Automobile ships largest Evo subwoofer. It's going to be a 24-inch subwoofer. Hold on, let me get to the specs here. Rated at 500 watts. It's going to. It's shallow as heck. The 2412 features an array of unique performance technologies, including the low-profile SLX cast aluminum frame, fully CNC machine motor properties. So this story, if it's real, I'm all for it. I mean, things like 6 inches deep or some silliness like that. But I feel like this is the one story that got me. That I was like, I just didn't know if it was real or fake.
Oh, I mean, keep in mind it's 24 inches. It exists.
Yes.
It exists because
if it does exist and it's only this deep.
Well, Ground Zero has the
But theirs is a woofer.
Yes.
This is a shallow mount 24-inch woofer.
I mean, everything is possible.
Anything is possible for sure. Just did not list time alignment though, but crossovers 20 band of equalization. All right, now I got to go dig that out and find it because I want to see what they've done. Not that we care anymore because our guy at Jensen doesn't work there. The other news story, which I'm going to wait till the very end, is the Wolfram one, which he doesn't know anything about. So if we have time, we'll get to that one. If not, I feel it has been covered. But all right, so digging deeper into the news, Nav-tv has launched a new. Oh, I can turn that off. Nav-tv has the new Audi MIB3 to Zen V line. Oh, I'm sorry, has added that to the Zen V line. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Zen modules, they're like Amp Pros or ARs. For example, when this was an F-150 the other day, it had a Zen A to B in it. I feel most of you guys are, the Zen A to B is the product that you are most familiar with. This is designed to integrate into Audis that have the MIB3 system. There will be some programming that will need to be done, but it comes as a whole kit. Now, for those of you that have an Audi, definitely head over to navtv.com and see if this is compatible with your car, or give them a call. Mm-hmm. There is a programmer that is sold with it because there is some certain programming you have to do to the radio. However, this has, like all Nav-tv pieces, it has a awesome DAC built into it. It has a Toshlink output. If you have the DVD player, it will support 7.1 output, which I don't know. Through the Toshlink, it will take everything to two-channel audio. Otherwise, through the RCAs, has 12 channels of output. All the Zens do, which will move sound around where you need it to be. And it is currently available because it was just a software update. Utilizes a 28-bit floating point DSP and 192 kilohertz at 32-bit DAC. So the one nice thing about the Zen A to B's, the Zen modules, is they are built here in the U.S., in Florida, at Nav-tv, and they do a really good job at building a high-end piece, which is why they command the price that they do. This one, I believe, is $800.
Oh, wow.
But there again, when you're the only game in town, you can do that. Yeah. So until somebody else comes and competes against them, they got nothing to lose. Next up, why is that there? Well, okay, screw it. This is the headline. For those of you that don't know, JL Audio is the exclusive licensee of Clarion Marine. It's owned by a French company, which is Faurecia Global, that bought them like 2 years ago, which is what it tells you there. But last year, JL brought Clarion Marine back into the U.S., totally designed by JL. It's all JL product. It's all designed by JL in-house. But they're now getting into the RV business. So they're going to be making RV components.
Okay.
Which I think is great. And we talked about this before on one of the many shows that we do where my wife's parents bought a trailer and it has the shittiest speakers on the face of the earth in it, and was just ridiculously garbage. And so to come out with something like this for that, it's definitely an untapped market. So we'll see how that goes. There again, this week, slow news week because of all the April Fool's stuff, and a lot of people put a lot of effort into that. But don't worry, it gets better. It gets better. So if you're an RV guy, look to the future. You might be able to put some nice Clarion speakers in there. Yeah. With fancy lights and stuff like that, which you can do now if you like. But hey, whatever works for you. All right, let me go back to this. You got something? You got a photo?
I have something. This is a video that caught me my attention.
All right, we're gonna go to Fernando's. So these are all the ships sitting off the port of California.
Yeah. So if you see Hangar right there, it says new video shows a massive scope of California box ship traffic jam. So I'm gonna play it for you guys just so you can see it.
So when everyone's complaining about how like the product that they order hasn't come in, there it is. It's all sitting there,
just waiting.
Waiting.
Yeah, it's a lot of red lights in there, so they can go.
Billions of dollars.
Oh my God, man.
Dude, it's like an armada.
Yes.
It's like a World War II scene.
Yes.
Of product just waiting to get into the port.
Yeah, and this is actually a news from like a week ago, something like that. So this is actually real. But that's insane. How many shipments are waiting? And this is the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
So it's
it's so sad.
So if you order something from Amazon, just keep waiting. No.
If I'm going to be back in 20 minutes. If I'm not, wait longer. All right, so happy days. Let's change to a happier thing. As a veteran of car audio for over 30 years plus now, anytime a manufacturer does something to make my life easier, I get a little bit excited about it. One of the companies that we quite frequently talk about has that cool yellow box on the wall over there, iData, or ADS. They have just come out with a new website for Maestro. Maestro is, of course, the actual name of that product line. You have the AR and RR. And they've come out with a new website to make our lives and yours, the consumers, way freaking easier.
And cooler.
Way cooler. So let's take a look at this. And I know it's a website, so like, who cares? But no, everybody
it's worth
cares.
it.
So what we have here is, in the old link will get you to this. So if you just go to idatalink.com, it'll take you there. Or if you go idatalink/maestro.com, it will take you there. I'm sorry, idataLinkMaestro.com. It'll automatically redirect you to this. If you scroll down, so Maestro Solutions for my car. So this is weird. So like I entered this weeks ago, and it's still sitting here. But let's go in, and we will put the Mustang in there for the people, for Victor that was asking what I ended up buying. I bought a Mustang convertible. So we're going to put the 2020 Mustang. We'll come in here and we'll pick that. All right. So Maestro Solutions for my car. 5 different solutions. So what we have is radio replacement, steering wheel control retention, a dash kit. A standalone steering wheel control is a no, and even if you look at the cursor, there's a little nope. Add or replace amplifiers, accessories, radar detector integration.
All right, so hang on.
Yes.
Right there, I like that portion that they light up what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
So just pay attention of that because that's
pretty
cool.
I'm sorry I forgot the name of the girl that designed this, but she did a fabulous job.
She did.
And as we scroll down, we can see partners that they work with. So as these are all the partners that are on board that have functioning or non-functioning product. You can send them or sign up for email so you get constant alerts to see. If you are looking for an installer, you can type in your address and it will show you installers in your area that are iData compatible.
Yeah.
But let's go over here, and I haven't. I'm gonna preface this with I haven't dug totally deep into this website yet. I just got the 5-cent tour. We are gonna be coming out with a full video on this the next time we do a flash, just to kind of walk you guys through this, because to me these are questions you guys constantly ask us, so it's something I feel we can never hit on enough.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming if I tap here, it's gonna tell me here are the modules that I can use for radio replacement. So we have the RR, the RR2. Dash kit is going to load up the MFT1.
So can you go back to the modules first?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Hold on. Let me page back because I want to show this. This is cool. All right, so we want to go back to the modules.
So click in the RR. You see how it lights up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's cool. So you're not...
All right, so here's the full description.
Nice.
So then we can come down here and you can tell it... let's see, mine is the My 4 Touch with the 9-speaker stereo, I believe. So I click that, and then it's gonna go through and ask me all my my radio selection. This is great because a lot of people go, how do I know if my radio is compatible with Maestro? So you can actually do that here. You can say I have a radio, or I'm just looking for radio. So I have a radio. It is a Kenwood. and it is a do not resuscitate. Close enough. And so that is telling me that that radio is compatible. This is scrolling down to that dash kit.
It's nice because
and there's
it in the,
there's an
Alpine.
Kit. There's an Alpine floating in the dash, which is cool. But this is also neat. So you can see, like, here's your factory dash. Here's your dash without it. Factory without. Woo.
I like it.
So let's go back and let's go to add an amplifier, replace amplifier. So it gives us our two choices here for this. If I click here,
DSR1.
Yeah, and it's gonna have there again. You type in the trim and all that.
Yep.
Now, when I click flash module, so I've already figured out there again. We're just scratching the surface on all the things you can do on this website. Then it's all here. When I flash module, yes, we want to allow this. And what this is going to do is this is automatically going to launch the app, the WebLink app in the background, which it's already running in the background, so I probably screwed up that demo. Yeah, hold on, let me shrink this down.
But
so,
it is right there.
It's already launched.
Yeah.
If it wasn't launched, it would have automatically launched it for me. So that's why. But I
as
thought,
soon as you
yeah,
click it, it opens.
Now, if we go into
there.
menu, this is a cool one. So in here we have newly supported vehicles. So if you want to see, like, if you're, whatever, new products, new firmware releases. So if you're like, oh man, my there's something weird that's happening or whatever, you can go here and check. And checking is cool, but where was it?
It's in support.
Was it support? Video help, product comparison, guides. Oh, so here's guides. So this is awesome. Before you had to jump through hoops to get the guides. Now the guides are right here. So we can go in and just immediately get to a guide, which is fabulous. And that is probably one of the best features because it was a pain in the butt to do it before. Oh, hold on. Go back to menu. Flash device lookup. So with this, let's say I have an RR. I have an RR2. Crap, I don't have one. Enter the product serial number. So if I have, like, let's say I don't have one. Those haven't been flashed yet.
No, I know, but like just so they can see.
It's not going to matter because it's never been flashed. So if we're working on a car or you're working on your car and you have the serial number for the unit, which if you pull it out of the dash you have, or if you've written it down, whatever, you can now type in the serial number and it'll find the device, because remember, you have to flash every device when you put it in. So now it'll tell you, and it'll tell you what it's flashed to. So it'll give you the version of the firmware on it, the car that it's flashed to, and the radio that it's connected to as well. So all that information is now right there for you to have access to. You don't have to plug it into the software or do any of that stuff. So there's lots of stuff. And then the video help is a feature where they're developing a bunch of videos. We're luckily don't have anything to do with this. But this is a category that's going to grow and get bigger. And it just will give you all kinds of installations. Like here's the MTF1 installation, overview in a car. And they've also added these videos now when you're in the WebLink software. At the last page of the WebLink software, which if you've ever seen the videos we do where we walk you through, now these videos will appear there. So as video installations become available, those will be in the link at the end, so you won't have to. But if you're a forethought person like myself, then you want to know everything beforehand. Yeah, not a lot of people have anything for Malibu. I think Metro just finally released theirs. Kind of sucks. But this is cool. And then, of course, now there's an FAQ. And then if you click here, that automatically take you to your car. And if you'll notice, well, okay, so if we go back, if they have a picture of the vehicle, it will, what you can't see. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me shut this off. All right, so here in the top corner, so here's flash by module, menu, and vehicle. I was covering that with the picture. I apologize. But if they have a photo of your car, it will appear here. It's like when we were doing the Accord the other day, there was a cord here in the top.
Nice.
So, but it tells us, if we click on it, it tells us what we're trying to figure out. So if we're like, if we've left and come back, and we're like, what car was I looking up? It's telling us, you were looking this up.
That's pretty cool.
So I don't have to.
It remembers what car you
So this is a manufacturer that has been gathering information about how people use this site, and of course how people complain about using the site, and have tried to make it as awesome as they can.
I think, well, and I'm one of them, you know, complaining about, oh man, all this, all that. And
well, it's because you work with me, and I'm the biggest complainer of them all. I mean, let's be honest. When something just doesn't go my way, it pisses me off.
They working on the website, and right now she make an awesome website. Right now, she's
so the last piece of the puzzle that hasn't come out yet is the MPO programmer, which is Maestro
MPO.
Programmable Outputs, which is one of the features of the RR2. Is those 3 Maestro Programmable Outputs. You can still do it. They have a video that walks you through how to do it, but it isn't fully integrated yet, and that is the last piece of the puzzle. Which, there again, if you ever caught the video when we were talking about MPOs, when the RR2, when we had the first beta version of it, what they wanted to do was create a piece of software in-house that they could get an idea of how people are going to use this, gather as much data as they can, and then when they integrate it into the software, there's already enough, like, so they can have presets, they can have commonly used features. All these things will already be done for us so that we as the end users, both consumers and installers, we don't have to go through a kludgy, crappy website to do it. Just like the desktop application, where I think this is the 3rd or 4th iteration of this, which is gonna, it's gonna not. So one of the things that it's like, how do you use this? So if you, oh, my bad, thank you. So this is the 3rd or 4th iteration of this. So if you log out and you go to demo mode, they've added this feature in, because before it was a real pain in the butt. Oh, so we just click here, and this will take us off into it. So you can play with it without having to
having a module.
And this is what you used to have to do to get to your owner's manual that is now just on the website.
That's pretty cool.
Because that would drive me crazy. I'd have to sit here and go, but enough people did it, and they got enough information to where it was easy enough to fix that problem. And be like, we're going to make that better, because that's what they do. They just make stuff better.
Can we go and see what new cars they added?
No, because
not yet.
They're when we got to look at the software the other day.
So that's totally different.
That was all beta stuff that wasn't current yet. They were just populating it so that they had something to look at and see how it works. So those cars they're not out yet. That was fake news.
I didn't even know what I said. You know, no hablo inglés, amigos.
So DSR ones, people. This is the flash that most people don't do because it sits like this. They don't realize they need to do this. Anytime you're doing a DSR1, you always want to reflash the embedded device. You always need to do this. It doesn't matter, just do it.
That's nice. I know. I like it.
It's been a short news week, guys, but we got time. We got a little bit of time left, and I want to get to this. So for those of you guys that are into the SPL world or down for sound, you guys all have heard of Wolfram audio. And if you're like me and not in the SPL world and just have friends that are, then you know what the brand is, but you don't know much about it, which is totally cool. But apparently some stuff went down with them. And it just so happened it happened on April 1st. And when something happens on April 1st, you don't know how to take it. So so this was the first kind of like, what? So here's the deal with Wolfram. Colin cannot respond to anybody at this time due to legal circumstances. Lawyer has advised him to not partake in any conversation due to this matter. His silent partner cleared out all the accounts of Wolfram and broke into the warehouse, cut the power and ski mask, and took all the inventory to undisclosed location Where is no access to any social media platforms nor Wolfram website. Colin is no longer a part of... Yeah, okay. So, there again, Colin obviously is one of the owners or co-owners of Wolfram, and the other owner, like, did some crazy stuff with that. So, this is not an official release statement from the company. It is just what started spreading around. And then finally, Collins was able to respond. He says... I've been made aware of many rumors circulating recently regarding the viability of Wolfram audio going forward, and I apologize for not addressing them in more timely manner. As with many businesses, the last year has been challenging due to the impact of COVID. It hit especially close to home with a couple of our employees. Nonetheless, it has been something we have all been impacted with in some way. Which makes sense. I mean, we all know how chaotic this hobby for a lot of you has been, or just day to day trying to get stuff. It's just been like toilet paper. I mean, come on, really? Who would have known? Exactly. Yes, the inventory has been removed to a fulfillment center, and all in-stock items are continuing to be shipped and orders fulfilled as they are received. Additional products have already been manufactured, and Wolfram should have those available soon. Warranties are still valid, and Wolfram will be honoring them. Wolfram is going through a transitional period and is proactively addressing problems, concerns. All messages, emails will be responded to in a more timely manner. You get the idea. So then, last night or the night before, Everyday Audio had one of the employees on, and was basically reiterating or confirming that, yes, the power was cut, but it was more cut, I guess, because of the cameras. He had said, or alleged, we'll say he alleged, because there's no proof to back this up, so anything they say is just hearsay, conjecture, and without actual physical proof. Basically, who the hell knows? But he had said that they were planning on buying one of the NV3000 vans to do a giant build-in, and when they went and looked at the accounts, money wasn't the way it was supposed to be. So at some point they figured out there was some skimming going on, and or allegedly some skimming going on, and that at some point he was in the warehouse and everything was gone, and you could see where the power had been cut. And
wow. Yeah,
so in one regard it sounds like there was a hostile takeover. Ooh. And in other regards it sounds like, no, this guy was just there was also some implications of the mob being involved. I mean, it got real crazy real fast. It was funny.
Oh, it's just, wow.
Yeah, it got really weird. Which I think is great, because I mean, when you look at stories like Audioban last year with the was it heroin or cocaine inside of the...
Well, that was like 2 years ago.
Whatever, the Audioban filled the fake enclosures filled with drugs.
Oh, the amplifiers awesome. And all that stuff.
No, they were stiffening capacitors. Fake stiffening capacitors filled with drugs inside of them. There is so many silly stories that go on in car audio. I mean, like the 90s, okay? A lot of 90s shops were basically just fronts for drug dealers. Mm-hmm. That was it. A lot. There is one major store chain that will not be named. That's where they got their money, was backed by drug dealers. Their whole chain was because where they were at, there was plenty of money to go around, and these guys just needed to move money. So that whole chain started off of the money and drug dealing. So there's a lot of silliness that happens in car audio for sure, as with many businesses, but this is the one I know, so we'll just go with that. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so...
It's crazy.
But not surprising. Not surprising. I mean, I feel anytime you get into a business and you have a partner, financial partner...
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Be an employee. That's all I gotta say. Just be an employee. Take the paychecks. Pat them on the back. Say thanks.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Wow. All right, guys. It's Friday, and that was the news. So those stories, as pitiful as they were what we had. We hope you enjoyed it. Hey, if you get time, make sure you head over to the iData page and just thumb around. Do your car. Do your friend's car. Just have some fun with it, and at the end of the day, it's just a learning experience. It's just neat. And if they don't make something for your car, man, hey, you know what? Subscribe, because when they do, you're definitely going to want to pick it up. I can tell you right now, There are a bunch of products that they are coming out with. Of course, a couple weeks ago we reported on those, and those products are starting to finally get in. And, we get updates all the time, so always check back and see what's available for your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
If you're planning on doing either an amplifier and or a radio replacement. So, oh, you know what? Damn it, we had a giveaway.
Oh, now you're not?
It's made out of aluminum.
Okay.
Crap. I don't know.
Well, let's save it for
we'll save it for next week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We got excited. We
We got excited that we don't have any news.
So next week
we'll
do two. We'll do two next week for you guys. And thanks again for watching. 5 Minutes with 5 Star on Instagram is going to be the best place to find us. If we're not live today, we'll definitely be live tomorrow. We're going to finish up this GMC that's behind us back here. We'll show you all about it, tell you what went into it, and all the fun and excitement involved in that. And with that, you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, today's Friday, so tomorrow's a Saturday show. You can find us over on YouTube on the regular 5 Star Network at 6 o'clock. We'll be there answering your questions and having just as Fred Flintstone said, a gay old time.
Bye, Biscuit.
Biscuits.
Happy birthday, buddy.
No kidding, right? Yeah. Zip ties for life, true player. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. See ya.
Bye.